Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Marie and I'm wearing my green. I'm going to be reading you some books about St. Patrick's Day. There's some special things about St. Patrick's Day, and one of those is the green color, and one of those is a pot of gold that you might find at the end of a rainbow. Rainbows come out sometimes while it's still raining, but definitely after it rains. And we've had some rain and we've had some thunder rolling, rolling, rolling. So I have a song for us about that. Thunder, thunder in the sky. Thunder never makes me cry. Thunder's just a great big noise, like a lot of girls and boys. There's no need to run and hide. You are safe and warm inside. So, boys and girls, when you hear thunder, you think about that song. Thunder, thunder in the sky. Boom! Thunder never makes me cry. Thunder's just a great big noise, like a lot of girls and boys stomping around. There's no need to run and hide. You are safe and warm inside. You could say you are safe and dry inside, because rain makes you wet, doesn't it? Rain makes you wet. Now, the thunder is way up there in the sky, and it's got to do with some science stuff that you might learn about. When things collide or bang into one another, they make a noise. You do that with your trucks and toys. I bet you do. And when you do, it makes a noise. And that thunder is just a noise. It can't hurt anybody. It can't hurt a thing, but it can be very loud. And because it's springtime, we'll probably have some more rain and thunder. And maybe you can remember that song. Okay? Now, the fact that there's a lot of weather going on in the spring, the wind blows and the rain pours and the thunder rolls. But here's something that you might like to do. You can go outside and watch the clouds blowing around in the sky. Puffy white clouds are fun to watch. Sometimes they look like shapes. You might like to try and find some shapes in the clouds. And right now, it's very, very cloudy outside. It's very gray and cloudy. The sun's not out. But when the sun comes out, if there's water in the air, it will hit those water drops and make a rainbow. And I have something here for you. It's a little leprechaun hat with a paper chain that leads to a pot of gold. They say if you can find the end of the rainbow, there'll be a pot of gold. Now that's fun and silly, and I don't know that there really is one, but it's fun to think about it. So, talking about rainbow, I have a book. This is called Spot the Color, Leprechaun's Rainbow, and it is a Houghton Mifflin book. Now, this leprechaun is a fox. How about that? They're in the woods. I know these pages are kind of shiny, so I hope you can see okay. Leprechaun has a game to play. What colors will we find today? I see a squirrel right there, and I see a deer over here. Can y'all see that? Let's see what that leprechaun's doing. Aha! We found the color red on a tractor, the apples, and a shed. So there's the red. And the leprechaun fox is riding on the tractor. And Orange is a kite so high. Falling leaves and butterflies. We know about falling leaves that are orange and red. Yellow is a picnic lunch when we need to stop and munch. They're having quite a picnic there. There's a sandwich and there's a big loaf of bread and I see an apple and there's a cupcake and a jug of lemonade. Now what's over here? What color is that? That's green. Green is clover. Pick some up. All day long you'll have good luck. Most clover is 3 leaves, but sometimes you find the lucky 4-leaf clover. You might need to go out and take a look. Oh, the blue is the rolling sea and sky, the birds that circle as they fly. Yeah, on that boat. Do you see this right here? That's a lighthouse. Can you see that? The fox leprechaun is in the boat. Oh my, over here, purple in a garden grows with pretty plants laid out in rows. The purple might be eggplants, or it might be the blooms on artichoke plants have purple flowers. Cabbage can be purple. You go to the store and you look for some green and purple and red food. Here's the rainbow, little friend, with a surprise around the bend. A pot of gold is at the end. How about that? You see the leprechaun fox dancing. Rainbows are really, really magical. They appear just there in the sky. You can't tell when they're going to show up, and you don't know how long they'll be there because it's all got to do with the water and the sunlight. So, I have a song about clouds. You might go outside and take a look at them. I wish I was a little cloud, a little cloud, a little cloud. I wish I was a little cloud, so very, very high, way up there, like maybe a couple of miles, really far. And when the wind comes blowing by, comes blowing by, comes blowing by, and when the wind comes blowing by, I'll move across the sky. The wind blows the clouds. So when you get a chance to go outside in the sunshine and not raining weather, take a look at the clouds. See if you see some shapes. Watch them move across the sky. It's very, very neat, and you could enjoy doing that. All right, so we have Pete the cat talking to this leprechaun who's sitting on top of that pot of gold. I'm not real sure what that story's all about, so let's take a look. Leprechauns are very, very interesting little people, or they might be this size. I'm not sure because nobody's ever seen one. They're magical. And they like to play tricks on people. So let's see what Pete the cat, he's got a clover. And here, he's got a leprechaun on his back. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and Pete's teacher, Mr. G, is teaching about leprechauns. The only time you can catch one is on St. Patrick's Day, he says. A leprechaun will bring you good luck. Now, everyone in the class wants a leprechaun. Pete gets a great idea. He will open a leprechaun catching business. It's St. Patrick's Day, and Pete gathers some supplies. He hangs a sign above his stand. Pete's Lucky Leprechaun Catchers. This'll be easy, Pete thinks. Now he's got a net, and he's got some candy. I guess he thinks that that's going to make the leprechaun come close enough for him to catch it in his net. Squirrel is Pete's first customer. I want a leprechaun, Squirrel says. I need good luck for my test. Cool, says Pete. Pete has a plan. He will follow the rainbow until he finds that leprechaun. And finally, he arrives at the end of a rainbow and finds Clover the leprechaun next to a pot of gold. Pete sneaks up behind him and swish with the net. But Clover is too fast. Did you think you could catch me so easily? He asks. Once there was a cat named Pete who thought nabbing some luck would be so neat. Then he leaped upon a smart leprechaun who he'll find quite tricky to beat. That's what the leprechaun said. Pete looks kind of sad, doesn't he? Clover disappears in a puff of green smoke. See the green smoke? Pete will need a new plan. That afternoon, Gus visits Pete's Lucky Leprechaun Catchers stand. I want a leprechaun, Gus says. I need good luck for my band recital. Oh, so Gus is going to play an instrument. And Pete says, I'll see what I can do. So Pete plans to lure Clover out with his music. And he plays a song on his guitar. Before long, Clover dances over to Pete. Just a little closer. Get just a little closer. Come on, says Pete to himself. And suddenly, Clover starts spinning around Pete. Round and round and round. Clover goes faster and faster and faster. Do you see what he's got? And he wraps Pete up with the rope. And the leprechaun says, Pete has finally met his match, a crafty leprechaun he just can't catch. He'll never win. He'd better give in or find something else to snatch. That's silly. And that evening, Callie comes to visit Pete's Lucky Leprechaun Catcher stand. I want a leprechaun, Callie says. I need good luck for my tennis match. Says Pete. St. Patrick's Day is almost over. There isn't much time left to catch a leprechaun. But Pete's not giving up yet. He's going to try one more time. Ooh, he's gotten smart. Pete sets a trap for Clover. Now, he's over here behind this bush. And when the leprechaun goes in the box, he's going to yank that rope and the box is going to fall down. He thinks. Let's see. Pete sets a trap. Before long, Clover tiptoes up to the trap and sniffs the air and says, I love some candy. And he peers under the box, and Pete is waiting very quietly, very quietly. Phew! He yanks the rope. The box falls down with a crash. Pete rushes over and checks underneath the trap, but it's empty. Clover skips away with the candy. He wasn't fast enough. Pete has tried many a plot, but still I haven't been caught. And isn't that dandy? I even got candy while Pete ends up with an empty box. Pete's got an idea, and he follows the trail of the spilled candy to the secret hideout. Ooh, that was smart of Pete the cat. Swoosh! He sneaks up behind him and he catches Clover in his net. Why do you want me? Clover asks. I'm helping my friends who need some extra luck, Pete says. Luck doesn't come from having a leprechaun, says Clover. You and your friends have each other. That already makes you as lucky as can be. Could Clover be right? Pete is one very lucky cat, and a lucky cat doesn't need a lucky leprechaun. So he lets Clover go. And he runs away. Pete decides he will be the good luck for his friends and help them out himself. Pete helps Squirrel study for his test. Squirrel makes an A. Pete helps Gus rehearse for the recital. Gus rocks. Pete helps Callie practice for her match, and Callie wins. Clover magically appears. Good job, Pete, says Clover. I have one more poem for you. While Clover played hide and seek, Pete learned something unique. The luck that you make beats luck that you take any old day of the week. Happy St. Patrick's Day. How about that? I hope you enjoyed that book, boys and girls, and I hope you will come down here to the library where there's lots of wonderful books that might bring you some luck and surely bring a smile to your face. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.